Hello again, it's Jonathan from Enigma Photos. In the previous video, I discussed with y'all the importance of what photography means to me and how important the memories it creates are to me because of their stories behind them. But if there's something else that I could talk about, is something that we've been told all of our lives: just be patient. How much longer? Just be patient. Kind of like in the military, you do a lot of work, but you also do a lot of sitting and a lot of waiting. And you do that a lot in photography too. When I first started taking pictures, I did a lot of modeling things for Hooters and Twin Peaks and things like that. But then I fell in love with time lapse the first time I saw one. And patience means a lot because you have to be patient in finding a good location. Okay. The location is probably not going to be close to you. So you got to drive or fly or travel something, right? So that takes patience. And then you've got to get to the location. And once you get to the location, you have to find the right shot. And once you find the right shot, you have to make sure that everything in your head works. Like for me, if I'm doing a time lapse, I want to have 3 separate movements. So that might be the clouds, maybe water, or if I'm in a city, it's people moving, cars moving, and clouds moving, something like that. I usually like to have at least 3 different types. So it takes patience in sitting there and getting this shot set up. Then on top of that, it's going to take even more patience because you have to sit there and wait for the time lapse to be done with. And that can take 30 minutes, an hour, depending on how many pictures you want to take and formulate. If it's going to be a 10-second, 20-second, 30-second time lapse, it can be a lot of things. Same thing with animals. So I love taking pictures of animals. I think my favorite, I don't know, I like eagles, I like owls. Definitely love hummingbirds. And that takes a lot of patience. I've watched an eagle's nest every day for 2 to 3 months because there's a lot going on. And in being patient with the process, you get to learn the animals. You get to learn their schedules, when they feed, so you can get the flying in with a fish picture or flying out, various things. When the babies poke their little heads up for the first time, there's a lot of pictures that you can get with that. When the lockdown hit, about a week before, my wife and I finally found burrowing owls. I'd been looking for them since we'd moved up to Colorado. And it's over in the arsenal, and burrowing owls are the only owls that live in ground. And lots of times you can find them near other animals that live in ground. So we found this field that had a bunch of prairie dogs. But I remember looking over and seeing like this little brown head pop out of the ground. And I was like, that's not a prairie dog. And my wife gets her binoculars and she looks, and it was a little burrowing owl. So lockdown hit, and I was worried that they were going to close the park down. And of course, during lockdown, it was boring as hell for most people stuck at home. Or if you went anywhere, you had to social distance. Well, luckily, you don't have to social distance in a car. And they didn't lock the park down. So for 2 to 3 months, I sat and watched this burrowing owl, the whole. And I met the mom, I met the dad. I saw them doing stuff that I wish they had done down in the hole, but that created 6 little babies. And because of patience, because of setting aside that time and going every day, the joy that you get, it's like taking the pictures is cool. Like, it's great. Taking pictures is fun. But my favorite thing about photography, in a sense, is it puts you in a situation where you can see some of the most beautiful things in life. Like, holy crap. And the first day I saw a little baby head pop up. And then a little second one popped up, and a third one popped up. And like, my wife wasn't with me that day, but I called her and I was like, oh my God, I just saw 3 heads. And she's like, well, how many do you think there are? Because lots of times they're like 6. And eventually they got enough confidence and mom would let them out because you could hear her chirp at them when they were trying to get out of the hole because, of course, I'm pretty sure they're bored. And I don't even know how much space they have in there. But finally, when all 6 of them came out, it's a glorious moment. So in this video, the point that I wanted to make is that it takes a lot of planning, takes a lot of time, but it also takes a crap ton of patience. Because the first time you show up, you're not going to get your monster shot. Like, I couldn't have gotten the baby shot because it took 2 months after I saw them to get the baby shot. Eagle shot. Hummingbirds. Hummingbirds are very skittish animals. There can be beautiful plants around, but you're not going to be able to get close until they get comfortable with you. So you have to be patient with them for them to be comfortable for you to photograph them. So, like anything else in life, it takes a lot of work, but it also takes a lot of patience. And hopefully that will help you if you're getting frustrated going, well, why? My wife just called. Why certain things haven't happened yet? Well, because maybe you should be a little bit more patient. All right, I will talk to you soon. Have a great day.